This we want to talk about I Kill Giants #7. Pete, you've been a big fan of the series. Want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I Kill Giants 7 of 7. They did a really
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to recap everything you just said.
It's all right.
Joe Kelly did an amazing job writing this thing. It did a great job of being a story about kids that was very smart and kind of walked the line of like kid creativity and reality. And I think the art did amazing, like really helped that a little bit. And it was like one of those things where you couldn't really tell if it was true events, if it was all in the kid's head, and it was all imagination. And you did a great job of not wanting too much of the reality and not wanting too much of the creativity, where it walked a great line. Yeah, it walked a great line and told an amazing story that was very heartfelt. And then Joe Kelly at the end kind of gave you a breakdown of where he got the idea and it's kind of his own personal story. It's very touching.
Huh. It was touching.
Yeah.
I can't believe it got through your thick leather armor. Down to the heart.
Leather?
Like skin leather.
And you tan a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good story. It's, you know, in case you couldn't get it from the title, it's a little girl. She tells everybody she kills giants. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. And this issue certainly settles that for good.
It's true.
Yeah.
Emotional giant.
Yeah, I would say, having only read the first and the last issue of it, yeah, I didn't really understand the middle part too much. It's good. I like it. I think the art was great. There's a really good job. The artist does a really good job with the shading in here. I like the use of grays.
Great crosshatching. Pick up the trade. Read the whole thing.
That was utterly right.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, great crosshatching. I don't know. That's just a word. There used to be this guy on PBS that would crosshatch constantly. He would draw little worlds.
Where's this going?
I don't know. Crosshatching.
All right, let's move on. Talk about Manhunter #38. I've been a huge fan of the series, which is a legacy character for DC. This has been a consistently complex and interesting series. This is the third and final time it's been canceled, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it can come back.
Maybe a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, you could. I
Maybe
think
that's your superpower. So it comes back.
keep coming back from cancellation.
Yeah.
Man, I hope so, because this series is great. But I think Mark and Draco has said that they're done at this point. They're going to stop pushing for it, which is too bad. It's a real successor to Starman. We've talked about Starman a lot on the show and how good that series is. You guys read?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Now I want to read this.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
little late though, I guess.
well, I think it's actually
Enjoy
best
that.
read in the trades. I think that's the best way to read it because they're very complex character relationships and deep storylines. He hates when I talk about trades, so.
He feels betrayed.
Well,
There you
I
go.
think single issues have petered out.
Oh! That's how we got in the tank. Tricked by the pound.
Just let us know. Let us know.
This, I feel like there was a 2-issue kind of wrap-up that took place in the future that wrapped up the whole series. And I thought it was kind of a weaker arc for the whole thing. But, man, Mark and Draco can write dialogue. It's great. Pick it up.
It is. It's a little bit more like, here's what happens to these characters. Here's a few fun stories. When the one before it was about border control and kidnapping, which was really intense, complicated storyline.
Yeah.
Pick it up in the trades. Excellent series. And that's it for the stack. All right, it's time for our next section, which is my favorite section because you guys make it up. It's your audience questions. For that, we're going to go to Booth Man.
Booth Man.
Hey, thanks for getting out of bed.
Oh yeah, something you should know, the new Booth Man lives in the booth.
Not that funny, but
Yo, back up, Booth Man.
I don't need this.
Yeah. Now without your morning coffee, right?
Jeez.
There's vodka in there.
Let me just get this over with so I can go back to sleep.
What a jerk.
Yeah. What philosopher is closest to your own views on life? I'm guessing this is for you guys. That's it.
Oh no, this is fun.
Wait, we're into philosophy too.
Brian.
It's not fun. No,
I haven't read the comic. I would probably say the one I responded to most was Joseph Campbell, just because of his ideas of no, not so. For just how he sort of tied it all together. How his philosophy was that everybody's religions and beliefs were sort of valid and all sort of came from the same place. and whether you're a Hindu or a Christian or whatever, it's just he kind of drew all kind of like what we're doing with comic book comics, trying to put all the pieces together and say everybody really isn't that good.
You guys are like Joseph Kim.
I guess. Yeah, except Joseph Kim of comic books.
Fred, do you have a?
Yeah, I really liked. Well, my problem with Action Philosophers was always when we were doing the stories. I guess there was some kind of Copenhagen syndrome going on, where I would always start agreeing with whoever it was that I would be writing about. So like Ayn Rand, I'd go into going, oh, she's a right wing maniac. I'm not gonna like her. And then I read about her and started the story about her. I was like, she's got a lot of really valid points. So a little bit of Ayn Rand. I'd say I loved what Spinoza had to say about the nature of God and life and about how our mortality relates to it. Descartes and his way of looking at the world in a very simple but precise sort of logical way. He's the I think therefore I am guy. And Machiavelli, everything Machiavelli said about politics and the state and how the state relates to the individual is true today as it was in the Renaissance. Star Wars is good.
If you ask that question, raise your hand. Pete's going to bring you a gift, and let's get the next question.
It's Jordan.
Hooray!
If you this is if Samuel L. Jackson wrote a comic book, what would it be about?
Samuel L. Jackson.
The Philosopher.
Oh.
That's a joke. Well,
Wait, what?
if you wrote a comic book,
Okay, Samuel L. Jackson, the actor, not the philosopher, wrote a
Slash
comic book. What would he be about?
It would be bad. Like all celebrity comic books.
Yeah. Is there ever been a good
Didn't Nicholas
celebrity
Cage
comic
write
book?
books? Nobody paid attention.
Well, Umbrella Academy is sort of.
Yeah!
That's very good.
Nice.
And we actually, Pete didn't like it, but we like the idea of Rest.
Oh yeah, by
Milo
Mastroianni. Boo. Samuel L. Jackson? I don't know. They even see.
He's so wrapped up in comics culture now. I'm just thinking like Afro Samuel.
Yeah.
Almost a
Yeah, didn't he?
He's the voice.
He's the voice.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I use the voice.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie it was in called? It was like Formula 51 or something.
Oh yeah, where Meatloaf explodes.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it'd be about. It'd be like Samuel L. Jackson would be like, I want to wear a kilt and I want to have a castle and I want to blow stuff up. And he'll be like, all right. And they would draw stuff like that. So it'd be sort of just
Like a lethal bagpiper.
that could be his name.
King Lethal.
It could be called Lethal Bagpipes. I think that's a great title.
He would love Hobo Burner.
That's true. We could to star in the film version of Hobo Burner.
Yeah, or Flaming CD.
We're meeting to write Hobo Burner after.
We are. And I'll trade shtick for a patent.
I really hope he writes a comic, and then we all talk about how amazing it is.
You love him.
No, I'm just saying he could write something very nice, and then we'd all have
It's
to.
very positive.
It's really great.
Crazy bullets.
Yeah.
These are all really good ideas. If you ask a question, raise your hand, please, to bring a gift. Let's get another question.
for Fred and Ryan, have you guys ever done a really cool horror story together?
We have done a whole pretty cool horror story together.
I wonder who asked that question.
Yeah, I wonder who asked this
Yes, we
question.
did a story called Glass Heads that's in Tales from the Crypt #9, published by those fine folks at Paper Cuts, edited by some guy whose name I can't recall at the moment. And it's in stores now.
What's it about?
It is about a man who develops or thinks he's developing telepathic powers when he starts receiving telepathic signals from a kidnapped woman. And he goes to find her, and horror or hilarity, or horror and hilarity ensues.
Does at any point the Crypt Keeper say it's a cut above the rest?
Yes.
Classic.
That was really accurate.
I'm
Raise your hand if you asked that.
How'd you
Please,
know?
I'll bring you a gift. And that's it for your audience question.